right here.
Right, yeah, we're right with these guys. We out here. Downtown Houston. Alright, hello everyone. We're here, Jonah and Johannes, the Joe and Joe Show.
The Joe and Joe.
The Joe and Joe Show. Kicking it off in the new year with, some new beginnings, some new ventures. This is gonna be, one of our projects for the year, and it'll be our main one. Kick it off with, the point of the podcast and who we are for this first video. And we'll hopefully, for the people joining or viewing rather, we hope you guys enjoy what you see. We're definitely gonna see a lot of heated debates, a lot of heated arguments, a lot of back and forth, and a lot of interaction. But at the end of the day, it's all good and fun.
Yep.
All love. All love, nothing personal. It's just who we are. We're two fiery guys. So let's see what debates we could.
It's that airy shit.
Yeah, most definitely. I'll start with my name. I'm Johannes. For those that don't know, I go by Joe or Jay. Make it quick and simple. This is Jonah. Let you speak for yourself.
Yeah, Jonah. I have no nickname. It's always Jonah. We're just two guys from the tri-state that moved down to Houston, and we just met up here and just started connecting. Met him out in the club. He was smoking some hookah. I was a hookah fiend at the time. And I'm like, yo, you get the hookah? And he was just like, yo, it's over there. I interrupted all this shit too. He was with his people. I didn't give a fuck. Whatever. So from that point on, life is crazy. I ended up becoming his roommate, and we just ended up getting into life together and just experiencing a new life here in Houston. He's from New York, I'm from Jersey, totally different lifestyle. So yeah, we're just embarking on new endeavors, new journeys together, and we're just taking it in stride and happy to be doing it.
Definitely, yeah. For me, like he said, we met at the club. I was just chilling, eating some food. For those who know, I love me some food. So we're doing some hookah as well. Feel a little tap on my shoulder. I was like, who the hell? Who's disrupting me right now? During my feast right now. Turn around. He's all hype, like, oh, yo, man, where'd you get the hookah from? I'm like, hey, dude, there's hookah everywhere.
I was new, I'm just like, yeah, there's hookah everywhere, but not everyone, you had a friendly demeanor to you. I wasn't afraid to go up to you.
Yeah, I get that a lot, But he's asked me how much it was. I said how much it was, and then he goes, all right, man. So I'm thinking that's the last time I'm gonna see this guy. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna see him again.
Definitely.
I'm still there. I'm chilling. I'm eating with a few people, and out of nowhere, just in the crowd, it's just him smiling, just walking through the crowd like a tunnel. He's just smiling at me. And I'm like, oh boy. There goes this guy. He comes up to me. It wasn't hostile. It was a real friendly dude. Introduced himself. From there, Okay, you could say he bagged me, whatever. He took my
yeah,
Instagram.
He said bagged me.
I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah.
He took my Instagram, took his Instagram, and then from there, we just kind of stayed in contact. Yeah, like I'm from New York, where I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that friendly stuff. I'm not used to the making friends with people. I'm not used to being so social with people. So that was something definitely different for me. Like just being out here in Houston, the vibe, the culture is just very open, and it's kind of good to see that even though I'm a closed off person, I'm still open to what life brings me. What experiences I go through. Yeah. Just being able to meet someone like Jonah, come into my life, and just have an actual friendship. I don't really build that much friendships with people. I kind of keep them as cordial acquaintances. I have my small circle, but just being able to include somebody in my circle that I call a friend. Someone close with, and I can confide to, things like that is definitely a blessing.
It's just crazy that life is that way.
Yeah.
Like one simple interaction, right? Like we know now, you're not the most outgoing guy.
Nope.
Right.
At all.
Your thing is to just lay low, let everyone come to you. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And I can be that way too, but I'm more of like I like to seize the opportunity. Let me try to network the best I can. And to be completely honest, if I really think about it, if I never came up to you asking you about the hookah, right? Never came up to you, and then everything that's happened with me, like, where would I be?
Yeah.
You were a solid rock in a random time, and I'm telling you, like, this was maybe what 5, 6 months of us knowing each other, where I gave you that call one late night. I was just like, yo, Johannes, can I come live with you? And this fucking guy, he said, yeah, come. And that was the moment where I was like, yo, wow, like this guy, again, we just met out in the club. I'm some random guy that just wants to smoke hookah out in the club scene. Give it some time, like, yeah, we started playing basketball here and there, a few times seeing each other, helped him with some stuff. And yeah, I moved in with this guy. Then we started getting a regimen going, playing basketball every Saturday. I would cook for the dude, like we just hang out, and it was just like, damn, like we're getting tight. And it all starts from that one single interaction, and that's what I find beautiful about life.
Yeah, I let a stranger into my home.
I'm done.
Yep. No, but yeah, man, that was definitely different for me. Like, dude, like one thing about me, I'm an antisocial person. I'm easy to get along with, but I promise you, I would not go up to you. I would not initiate any kind of friendships with you. I would literally be out with you and not say one word and still have a good ass time.
Yeah.
In my own little world.
It took me a hot minute to get used to your personality, and still, even to this day, I'm like, you gonna say anything? Like,
nope.
I could deliver a whole spiel about something, and just Johannes is just letting it soak.
Just be chilling
for like 10 minutes. So imagine that during the conversation.
Yeah, after 10 minutes, then I got my thought, and then I respond to it after the conversation is already over with.
This fucking guy.
Hey man, that's how it is. But yeah, that's a little bit about background. How we met, how we came to this point. We've had a lot of feisty, spicy debates. Back and forth. Had to open up his mind a little bit, man. Had to let him know certain things.
And vice versa.
Yeah,
vice versa.
Vice versa.
And vice versa.
But just had to, whatever I stand on, I stand on it.
Yes.
That's the main thing. I stand on it, and I definitely can back up what I'm standing on.
Yeah, and I think us creating this channel also goes to show our levels of growth together.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we want to get into something new, but through all our debates, our heated arguments, because sometimes it was just us really just ripping each other
going back and forth. Yeah.
But over time, once you gain that respect for the other person, you're able to actually see what they're saying and see where they're coming from. And, that's why I think we also want to start this podcast, is because, we want to share that with everyone else also. We agree sometimes, but a lot of times we don't. But that is okay. We live in a world nowadays, you know, everybody thinks they have to like agree with everything, and it's like, no, you don't. You can share your opinion that I may not agree with at all, right? And then vice versa. But I'm still gonna look at you and be like, okay, that's your opinion. That doesn't affect us, our friendship, life. Doesn't affect anything.
And that's the thing, you know. One thing that we're gonna bring here is authenticity. Where we may be saying some things that may be crazy or outlandish to, you know, people out there in the outside world, but that doesn't define who we are on a day-to-day basis. You know, we're still living here on good head on shoulders, good morals. You know, still doing the right thing for people, still caring for people. You know, viewpoints are just viewpoints, just opinions. You know? Everybody sees the world differently, and you know, just there's no need to stop being friends or lose family members or lose connections all because of a viewpoint that ultimately doesn't even matter, to be you know, to be honest. You know, like there's viewpoints that even when I say it, I know I'm crazy for viewing it, but it's like I see it in a different light. You know, but that doesn't mean that I'm just out here just being a wild person. That doesn't mean that I treat other people the way the viewpoint is. It's just that, you know, it's just how I view it, and being able to discuss that with somebody and be constructive. That's how you grow.
I think that's the key word right there. Being constructive.
Be constructive.
Because we could get into it in another video. You know, Kanye West, right? That's a topic that you and I. That's probably gonna be one whole.
Shout out Kanye.
That's gonna be a one whole video that we're gonna get into, and you're gonna see. It's not really Kanye, it's certain subjects that you're gonna see that him and I are just not gonna see eye to eye. But I've learned through these conversations to understand what he's saying and why he's saying it, and understand it. Do I agree with it? Fuck no. Fuck no. I don't. I flat out don't. But you see how I'm able to say that, and it's just like, okay, it is what it is, you know?
That's, you know, how many times we've been yelling at each other, going crazy, and after that, we're going out to eat. Like, yo, man, you wanna go laughing, joking around?
Every time.
Like, that's something we need to bring in this world. Just being able to laugh during the hard times, man. You know, just, it's a coping mechanism for most people. Like, I'll say that for myself, that is a coping mechanism. But hey, I'm not gonna be the one spreading sadness. I'm not gonna be out here spreading depression, spreading all these mental things that honestly just change your mindset. You know, like having a conversation will do so much for you. Getting it out of your body, getting out of your mind, getting out of your heart, stuff like that. People don't understand. Once you release that from your body's able to take in even more. Because you keep filling yourself up with all this negativity, all these toxic vibes, all this toxic, you know, information. You're gonna be toxic. You're gonna be a walking chemical X bomb. Like you're just gonna. No, you gotta release all that so that you can take in people who are positive, who are gonna bring light to your life. You know, if you're in the dark, you ain't gonna go anywhere. You gotta find that light. So that's also a different perspective that we want to bring here to show everybody that this is raw. This is raw stuff. None of this is staged. None of this is pre-recorded. None of this is pre-spoken about. This is literally just us having a conversation. And then you guys are literally gonna see the development of the conversation. It'll start off calm like this, then we'll get heated, then we'll want to fight each other, we want to go crazy, but at the end of the day, it's like, hey man, I'm starving. Let's go get some wings. Let's go get some boil. Let's go play ball. Let's go do something. Like, that's how it goes. It's always gonna end on a good note. That's it. So, you know, with all that being said, we're gonna go into, you know, a little bit about ourselves. Just let you guys know who we are. You know, just kind of give you an idea of where we're coming from, our background, and how our future conversations, how you guys can see how it's coming about. So a little bit about me. You know, my name is Johannes. I'm from New York, born and raised. My whole life, born and raised. The reason why I came down to Houston, Texas, was because for one, I grew up playing sports. And in New York, all you hear about is down south sports. Down south, Florida, Texas,
all that shit.
Alabama. Those are the main places you hear about. So growing up, I'm like, I want to go down there. I want to go down there. So, you know, I finally had the opportunity at the age of, what was that, 26, 27? One of those 2 years. It was 2 years ago. And, you know, opportunity came. And I always told my friends and family, and they can attest to this, they can speak to this. I always told them, I'm going to end up leaving New York, I'm going to go to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say, no, you're not, you're crazy. Well, why? No, you're not, you're lying. I'm like, all right, watch. I can call 3 people and they'll say the exact same thing. No, Joe, he was being serious. He would tell us he's gonna move to Texas. He's gonna leave New York and he's gonna end up going to Texas. For years now I've been saying this. And, you know, and we can go deeper that a little further, you know, another topic, but you know, I'm somebody, once I stick my mind to something, I'm gonna do it.
Absolutely. I'm
gonna stick to it, I'm gonna do it, and you know, me coming down here in just a year and a half, 2 years, I've experienced and I've gotten more opportunity than I had in New York. Now, mind you, it's about perception and mindset. You know, being from New York, certain opportunities I didn't see as an opportunity because, you know, when you're so accustomed to seeing it all the time, you don't see it as something that you want to go after.
It's as if it was vice versa. If someone lived in Houston, then they went to New York, they're gonna be like, wow.
Exactly.
Land of opportunity.
You know, the big city, you know, there's so much jobs out there, so many people, so much networking, this is and that. But then in reality, when you're in New York, the networking is trash.
Yeah.
The jobs is like...
It's very competitive out there.
It's very competitive.
With how many people are out there, and
it's overly saturated.
New York is a brand of itself. You hear New York and it's just like, land of, what is it? What's
the land of opportunity?
Land of opportunity,
hope,
all that stuff.
Pursuit of happiness, liberty.
So imagine all that, right? Like everybody, even across the world, know about New York. Everybody's wanting to go to New York. It's overly saturated.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it might seem like it, but it's also very difficult to make it out there.
Yeah, that's the thing, and especially New York, it is grimy.
Yeah.
It is a grimy city. You know, it's a city where you meet tough skin.
Mm-hmm.
You need to build character. You need to build character to withstand the people in New York City.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we have our own language over there in New York.
100%.
It's a whole different ball game, and just for me growing up, I got to a point where I just got tired. I got tired of it all.
I feel you.
You know, being from New York, the amount of anxiety just by living there is through the roof.
It's ridiculous.
The anxiety is through the roof. I mean, it's a lot. You know, of course, being from you get so used to it that once you leave that area, you it's like, oh wow, like damn. I really did have a lot of anxiety when I was over there. I didn't know I had it until I came down here.
Yeah. I
was like, shoot, like I would always have these thoughts in my head when I would just go across the street or go to the park. Like it was always something back in my mind. Like, dude, you need to watch out.
Yeah. So I could attest to this too. I'm not from New York myself, but I am from New Jersey, right across the bridge. It's not like I haven't been in New York. My mother's from the Bronx, so very familiar.
BX.
But overall, I know what he's saying. It's the same thing in Jersey. Like there's just this overwhelming presence, right? Like everything you do, every day you feel like you gotta go attack something. Every day you have to go do something. Okay, you're gonna go to work, you gotta worry about traffic. You gotta worry about a million things at once. And it's too much. There's so much competition out there, and that goes back to what we were saying. There's so much competition out there that it weighs on you. And like you said, I felt the same way. I moved out to Houston, and all of a sudden there was a release where it's like, whoa, it's a different way of life. People out here are nicer. People are moving at a slow pace. People are just mowing their lawns. People are waving hi, and it's like, to us, we know that doesn't happen to us.
If you wave at me, we might throw some hands.
What's up? Like, why the fuck are you waving at me? What's about to happen? Like, am I about to get jumped from behind? Like, what's going on?
What do you mean, excuse me? You mean excuse me? Excuse you?